They stood pat in a way that, look, if you've been reading me now for a couple of weeks at any time or listening to this podcast, you know I have been advocating sell, sell, sell. And Bourne's injury in that loss, so again, dropped them to 2-6, only drove that point home further. But the Patriots stood pat. And leading up to the trade deadline, I talked to a couple of front office executives, one GM, about the value of players that I thought that they could legitimately trade off. My colleague at the Herald, Doug Kai, did the same. And we concluded through all of those talks, you should be able to land multiple mid-round picks if you're the Patriots. Now, it is, of course, a real question if you want to part with a player like Kyle Duggar.
Ever wish you could navigate the betting field with the confidence of a pro? Enter Odds Are. They're not a sports book, but they're the sports betting advisor you always needed. It's like having a playbook for smarter bets right in your pocket. I've been absolutely loving the experience, and I think you will too, especially since Celtics All Access listeners get a 30-day free trial. Elevate your game day and join the smart betting revolution. Go get it at oddsr.com/Celtics. That's oddsr.com/Celtics.
FanDuel is the exclusive wagering partner of the CLNS Media Network. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
You should be able to land multiple mid-round picks if you're the Patriots. Now, it is, of course, a real question if you want to part with a player like Kyle Duggar, who finally got on the scoreboard with his first turnover on Sunday. Folks in front offices told us you could get a second or third round pick for him. Josh Uche, third or fourth rounder. Mike Onwenu is going to be a little bit later. Same with Kendrick Bourne, 6th, maybe 5th and change. And Jalen Mills, another player on a contract here, maybe 7th round pick at best. And I looked at that and said, okay, two things. One of which is these players are very likely to walk in free agency. And it's a case-by-case basis. But in Kyle Duggar and Josh Uche's case, not only have you failed to reach extensions when the team has engaged with them the last few months, but they're represented by an agency that has a long and difficult history with the Patriots when it comes to free agent negotiations. And so if they're experiencing their worst season in New England, and the Patriots famously do not pony up top dollar for very many players, they're probably on the way out. And when they go out, they will not pass a compensatory pick walking back in, because the Patriots is a bad football team with a lot of cap space, third most in the NFL this upcoming spring, according to Over the Cap, are going to spend money. And the compensatory pick formula that used to award the Patriots for losing free agents and marching on by handing them an extra third or fourth or fifth, it weighs both the players walking out your door and those coming in. So, for example, they lost some key players, in 2021. All of the comp picks were canceled out because they're signing Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith and Matt Judon and on and on and on. So when the Patriots perhaps bid adieu to Josh Uche and Kyle Duggar, they're not going to get anything so long as they spend in March. And they should. They're 2-6. They have a bottom 10 talented roster in the entire league. I mean, ask yourselves, how many other front offices are looking at the Patriots and going, I'll have what they're having, and willingly swapping rosters with them? It's not many. Okay. We get this. We know this. The point is, I would rather have Kyle Duggar walk out the door now, or Josh Uche, or Kendrick Bourne before he got hurt, and pass a draft pick coming in on their way out in the middle of a lost season, rather than lose them for nothing. Because those draft picks are not only an opportunity to add more cost-controlled young players you could perhaps develop, it's ammo for trades. And if this is a team that is still coached by Bill Belichick in 2024, I have to believe he's going to have a new quarterback because of how limited the Patriots feel right now, obviously due to the offensive line and a receiving core that just can't get open against man coverage unless it's Pop Douglas, but also max play. And Bill is not going to stay married to that. So you need to trade for someone, whether that means trading up into the top 10 of the draft, which is the only reliable place on planet Earth. Look this up to find a franchise quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, on and on and on. Or trade for a veteran. And those draft picks, those assets you would get in these deals are better than players with expiring contracts at the end of the season. The Patriots obviously disagreed, or the offers they got were not good enough. Maybe the folks we talked to, Doug and I in front offices, were a little too optimistic about the Patriots. But either way, this team, knowing that the direction of the season is headed right into the gutter, okay, right into the sewer, should have said, let's get something on our way down that makes this a little bit easier to clean ourselves off when we come up in the spring and then hopefully in 2024. And instead, it looks like they're going to fight all the way down there because they're keeping all of these players. And at least I'm doubtful that those players are going to stick around for next year. And it makes you concerned for the franchise as a whole because the trade deadline, it's still too early. Like there's a reason not a lot of deals happen. The deals that did happen, 2 from Washington, by the way, who you're going to see on Sunday, only fetched a second-round pick for Montez Sweat. Chase Young, former second overall pick in the draft, got a third. So Uche's price probably had to go down because of that. But they committed. They had a direction. They said, we're not good enough. Our roster is not talented enough. Our quarterback of the future is not here right now. So we're going to make a decision, a concerted effort to go get that quarterback, to go get more picks and replenish the talent on the roster. The Patriots did not. Okay. There were opportunities to sell to contenders and they declined. And that's a bummer because I think, again, everything about the season should be finding out or fertilizing your future with more trade assets, with playing younger players like Demario Douglas. Kayshon Boutte is going to finally see the field. Tyquan Thornton, you would think, with Kendrick Bourne now out for the season. And they didn't do it. And that's tough. Again, they have had the most difficult schedule in the league. They've had brutal injury luck. But you cannot tell me this is anything better than maybe a 3-5 team. And I think their actions at the trade deadline would suggest that the Patriots feel better about themselves. Maybe we would be 4-4 if we didn't lose Matt Judon or Christian Gonzalez or Kendrick Bourne late. But the truth is, we've all seen these games. Okay. Average teams don't lose 38-3 and then 34-0 in consecutive weeks. And the Patriots, it seems, have deluded themselves into thinking they're not that far off, as they've done the last 2 off seasons. When in reality, as we've covered many times, they are now 27-32 since Tom Brady left. You need more help at other positions, and you could have gotten that help had you made deals. You didn't do it. We're moving on.
With the busy fall season already in swing, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. Head to factormeals.com/PressPass50 and use code PressPass50 to get 50% off. That's code PressPass50 at factormeals.com/PressPass50 to get 50% off.